Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. Today is November 10, 2015, about 11:16 p.m. Birmingham. Topic: What's up with the police today? And everyone knows what I'm talking about because every chance someone like Nancy Grace or even Fox will put someone that took a picture or a cam or an iPhone of a scrap with a police officer and whoever they're arresting. Well, you know what I'm talking about. What's going on? I mean, it seems that things are really out of control. And whose fault is it? Is it played up to be worse than it is? So what's going on? I can say I don't know. I do know, though, going back to the Ferguson incident, that started something. And it has snowballed from there. Number one, the guy that was shot, I would have shot him. Because you saw how big he was. You saw what he did on the videos. And he has already robbed several places and had already actually beat up a few people, including, you may have saw this 67-year-old black man that he just beat the hell out of him. But is the cop that you see the pictures of, and you see on most of them some editing done that doesn't show what happened to make it blow up to where you see it. And but I want to give some advice to tell you how to escape it, how to get out of it, and how to really bring the tone down several notches. Yesterday or Saturday night after the ball game with Louisiana and University of Alabama won. There was a critical game, but in the dorm there was two guys and one girl. They had music on, 2 a.m., and they're still celebrating, and that's not uncommon at all. But the police were called. The only thing it shows that the police beating on the door, the guy answering, and as he answers, somebody inside already has their phone out, filming it. The end result was one guy gets drug out, thrown on the floor, tasered, and then one of them takes out. It's not a billy club. It didn't take out a club, but it took out like a little flapjack. It's just a little black piece of leather that's got a little bit of additional weight in the end of it. It's not as bad as a nightstick or billy stick. But that's what they showed and zeroed in on. And that's blown up. It's on Nancy Grace, and then you'll see it on other shows. So what initiated the cop? Number one, when the call came out, it was an undisclosed disturbance. It came out, what you heard was music too loud. But the call is an undisclosed disturbance. That puts that cop on top. I mean, he's ready. He's prepared for anything. Otherwise, it would have been only one cop to go and knock on the door and say, hey, they're complaining about the music, tone it down, and he would have walked away. But undisclosed disturbance, he's got to know what's going on inside. And he said kindly, can I come in? No, you can't. Well, I need to make sure. And the guy said, no, you can't. And the guy leans over and blocks the door. That's a no-no. To the cop, this guy is hiding something inside. It could have been something as little as marijuana, but it could have been as bad as a murder. Nobody knew. So the next thing you see 3 or 4 cops show up. If it was just a call to go in, tell them to turn down the music, that would have happened. The cop would have left. But the fact that there were 3 or 4 cops there says something different, and need to read into that. Look at that and say, wow, all these cops. Well, it's not like Mountain Brook, Alabama. This is where I used to work. When we got to back up to a barking dog call, that's how busy we are. But here's what you do. Don't matter what you've done, whether you have pot, whether you're drunk, just say, yes, sir. Just, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Not loud, but yes, sir. Keep your hands down. Don't bring them up like a confrontation. Yes, sir. All the way to the jail. Yes, sir. And things will go so well. But when you know you can't come in, then you prop yourself in the doorway. Well, the cop doesn't know what's going on inside. He's got to know before he leaves. So the cop was right. But I don't know what happened, what made the second guy get involved in tasering and hitting a little flapjack. But in any case, that would have never happened if the guy would have said, yes, sir, we'll turn the music down and you can come in and check. Even if you had pot, they would not have taken you to jail because you didn't get a call. He didn't chase you there. You're not on the wanted list and you hadn't run from the cops. He would not have done anything. So just, yes, sir. Let's just be calm about it. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Music's too loud. We'll turn it down. And, it's 3 a.m. and we're keeping people awake, so we'll end it. I just wanted to tell you the best thing to do, and I have prior blogs that tell you the same thing. Always, yes, sir. And do exactly what he says. And the outcome will be 100% in the other direction, not as it happened in a very negative way. So keep that in mind. Just yes or no, sir. If you're going to jail, yes or no, sir, all the way. That'll make things so much easier. And I'll give you one last thing. One of the last times that I had someone in court, the city attorney came up to me and said, look, we know this guy was DUI. Was he a problem? I said, not at all. He said, would you object if we knock the charges down to reckless driving? I said, not a problem with me. The guy yes-ered me all the way to jail. But if he had combated me and he's trying to kick the windows out, then he would have not had a reduction on the DUI. So that helps. Don't start anything. Don't yank out the camera and start filming unless you really see a problem. And what happened inside that dorm room, initiated the problem and caused the problem. And that was the problem. It was the 3 teens, or actually they were in their early 20s, that was inside the dorm room. If they hadn't done what they did, then the end result would have been far different. Think about it. Jody Wolf Expoz.